That's the mentality. He's even said it out loud, which is just so appalling, and people still drink his Kool-Aid. They think he's just wonderful.
Well,
go ahead.
I think he'll go down in history as the worst president ever, I'm afraid.
John McCain, I thought this was interesting words from him. A big guy. I think he's always been pretty classy. But he says that he would back Donald Trump if he becomes the nominee. He says he'll get behind him. He says there's deeper things, more important things in this country than to squabble on just words. And I thought that was pretty big for him to come up and say that.
Yeah, especially the fact that didn't he spend something like 7 years in the Hanoi Hilton?
Yeah, a long time. Too long.
Yeah. Well, you know, there are many, many POWs still unaccounted for, most likely still living in camps in either part of Vietnam or the next country over. What is it, Cambodia?
Yeah, we still got people in Iran. We have a great deal, but we have Americans, Marines, pastors, civilians, all different types of people in Iranian prisons. Yeah, this is the kind of America Obama's running here. We got a great deal, but we got prisoners over there. And they're jailed illegally. They didn't do anything wrong.
Well, you know, Teddy Roosevelt had the attitude of, if you're an American and you're in trouble, we'll come get you.
Where's this guy when you need him? Where's the virtue? Where's the virtue of people? They're there. We have them.
He's playing with his boyfriend.
But he's not a virtuous kind of guy.
No.
Sunday on the talk shows, former New York Governor George Pataki, remember him?
Yep.
Started a Twitter battle with Trump, saying he wouldn't vote for Trump, the current frontrunner, if he gets the nomination. He urges other candidates to join him in a reverse loyalty pledge. And that's why McCain, I think, came out and said, come on, you idiot. You want to talk about making it a sure landslide for Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders to get in the White House? You just do that, because then nobody will have faith in the party.
Right.
So it's totally ridiculous for him to say that. It was very ignorant. You think that he'd have a little bit more tact politically than to say a comment like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I never thought that much of him.
So I guess it really just doesn't. Nobody's taken him very serious. But, you know, McCain rose to the occasion and said what needed to be said. And a lot of people respect McCain and for what he said. And I think he'll play some kind of part, you know, as the I could see him getting behind. And I don't think that they hate each other or anything like that. But, you know, you have different views here and there, but you work together for the common good. And I think McCain realizes how grave things are in our country right now and how important it is that we get the White House and we start making these changes in quickly. Because if we don't reverse course, Chuck, and I think you'll agree, we have some serious issues and we're going to lose our country, and we cannot have that.
Yes, you are correct. And it really upset me when I bought Duracell batteries, and they're now made in China.
For the people, making a difference with each and every broadcast. Our common sense, straightforward approach is what you can count on, along with keeping America strong and prosperous for every American. For the People's mission is to inform and engage its listeners to get involved. If you believe in us, will you help support our endeavors on the air? For the People is listener supported, and because of that, we cannot be controlled by the Velvet Hammer. To make a contribution or to become a monthly subscriber, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Thanks for your support. Christmas is in the air, and to celebrate the most wonderful time of the year, For the People has a gift idea to put under your tree. For the People's red, white, and blue coffee mug is the perfect gift to enjoy your hot beverage in. Our logo and For the People name are englazed stunningly on both sides. Make your holiday bright this year with your very own for just $20 plus shipping and handling. Get your For the People coffee mug just in time for Christmas at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com.
Chuck Harder, Keith Allen, For the People, 813-284-5963 is our number here on this Monday, 813 area code 284-5963. If you have a question or a comment, 813-284-5963. Chuck, what about those door cell batteries?
Well, the point is they used to be made here up to a year or so ago. And they had a plant, I believe, in Gainesville, Florida. And now, instead of made in the USA, it says made in China.
That's a shame. You know, Chuck, there's a brand of potato chips that I really like, and it's called Deep River Snacks. They're out of Connecticut, Deep River Snacks. And, you know, they're GMO free, and they don't have all the crap and cholesterol and stuff like that. They're made in the USA. There was a little story on their website saying that they could have bought these display racks for the stores they're in, like Whole Foods and different places. They were thousands and thousands of dollars less in China, but instead they bought the American made. It cost more, but they did it because they wanted to keep the money here. Deep River Snacks, if you see them, buy them. I bought a case of their chips. I love them, and they're healthy. They have a lot of different brands. Look them up online, Deep River Snacks. But made in the USA, there are companies and family-run companies that get together and do the right thing. They're out there. You just have to look for them.
You know, Ball Brothers, it makes the canning jars.
Mm-hmm.
They are now making everything so it is free of bisphenol A.
Oh, that's excellent.
BPA free on their label.
That's good. Yeah, less chemicals in our foods. You don't need any more chemicals, that's for sure. We get enough toxins in the air and the water and stuff like that in the shower. We talk about that periodically on the program. But like I said, it's amazing. Start talking about health issues and concerns like that when you start not having so much health. You know, you're sick and you start worrying about that. You're like, wait a second, I can treat myself a lot better. And when you're young, you know, you don't think about that. You got a gut of steel. You get older, you can't just eat anything. But it pains me, Chuck, where companies do have the opportunity to buy things. And folks, when you have an opportunity to buy something that's made in America, do it. I still well up in pride when I see an American flag and I get excited where it says made in the USA. I mean, I think that is the coolest thing. And I think back to the initiative, and you felt so strongly about it back in the 90s. You started an initiative called Project USA. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And that was wonderful, actually. And I think something like that could still work. Where you have a catalog and you order from it and you buy just made in the USA. That might definitely send a message to Washington and everywhere else you need to do this because Americans want to see that label on their things. We can do this. We have the people. We have the ingenuity. And certainly people need jobs over here. And that's why, we feel very strongly about Donald Trump creating those jobs, making those jobs happen. And if I was president, I would penalize companies from going overseas. I would give them tax incentives, tax breaks for coming back over here and reshoring. But they don't do that, do they?
Well, that's a problem that has to be fixed because, when corporations are taxed, that really is triple taxation. Because, first of all, their employees pay tax and Social Security. Then after that, their shareholders pay capital gains on any dividends or what have you. And then the corporations are taxed again. Well, that's ridiculous. And if you just simply said to the corporations, you come home and there's zero corporate tax, but of course your stockholders and your employees will pay tax. That would be fair. And that's why so many companies have run offshore to places like Ireland, where there is very little corporate tax, or Bermuda.
Or anywhere else, or Mexico, just right over our border. Ford Motor Company, Ford, just went over to Mexico. They closed plants here, build them over there.
What a shame.
And I think they're making a difference environmentally. They pollute their air there as if the air doesn't drift in to the United States from Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Of course it does.
And it also comes from China. We get that on the West Coast.
It blows over. Less regulations. Yeah, let's poison the Chinese people. Let's poison the Mexicans. I'm surprised we don't get a bill from their citizens because of our companies fouling the air up over there. Because we want it cheaper.
Yeah, and talking about the wall, there's 27,000 miles of interstate highway in the USA. On either side, there is some kind of a fence, or in many areas, gigantic, 15-foot high concrete walls.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just say, hey, that's like 54,000 miles of fence.
It's a no-brainer, to use that old term, but it really is. They know how to do it, Chuck. They know how easy it is. I mean, we have the most skilled engineers, and some of our Border Patrol and people there, they know what they're doing. They know what needs to be done. They're just not given the tools to do it. They don't get the okay from Washington because it might be unpopular. People get offended. Forget about security issues, though. And that's the biggest issue we have over here is security.
Especially when the radical Muslims have now today called for what they call lone wolf attacks against the USA.
Oh, yeah, the mullahs got this ISIS-looking type video that they just released yesterday, and they're showing it on the news channels. And they're calling for the destruction of America. And it's propagating on social media. Not until these people start doing their thing and start blowing up things over here, and then they'll probably build the wall. But it has to happen, and unless we get Trump in there soon. But gosh, we got about a year left, believe it or not, of Barry Obama. Well, that's his legal birth name. I'm sorry, Barack. He wants to be called Barack. But Barry Obama, yeah, about a year left.
And his boyfriend.
He's not going to do anything. He's going to sit there and contemplate his retirement in Ohio in the Magnum PI mansion.
No, not in Ohio.
Hawaii.
There you go.
Yeah, the Magnum PI mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where he wants to hang out.
I can hardly wait.
Well, he can get his vacation sooner if he'd like. I'd pay for his plane ticket, even for the first man. That'd be fine with me. Well, guess who goes back to work today?
Okay, who?
Kim Davis, the clerk in Ronan County. We had her attorney on. She said she's going to go back to work. She wants everybody to go back to work, but she's not going to sign these marriage licenses. She said that her clerks will be allowed to issue gay marriage licenses if they choose. She said she would not take action against them. So maybe there's some save face after all over there in Kentucky. And Kim Davis, she seems very, very nice. Hopefully she'll be able to keep her job over there, and maybe this is a way to do it without any further legal action on her part. I don't think spending time in jail is going to happen. There's a lot of laws on the books that, a lot of Americans would have to say they don't agree with. But, the law is the law, And but when it does violate somebody's religion, I think this is an issue. And I think the stories